Welcome back, guys. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today I'm going to talk about the Battlefield of 2018, aka the possibility of Bad Company 3 being the next Battlefield game. Now, 7 to 8 days ago, I've made a video about a possible leak released by another YouTuber called the AlmightyDaq. Now, in that video, the AlmightyDaq says that the next Battlefield game is going to be Bad Company 3. He also shared some information about the game, saying that it's going to be set during the mid and post-Vietnam War. He also talked about the maps, etc, etc. If you want to find out more about that video, I'm going to leave you a link to my previous video down below, so check it out. Now, 2 weeks after his video got released, a lot of websites and forums actually picked up that same news. Now the thing is, this wasn't just a leak that we see every single day on the internet. 2 years ago, that same YouTuber was actually right about Battlefield 1. He made a video where he had some insider information about the game, and people didn't believe him, and 3 months after his video, Battlefield 1 was announced. And just because he has this reputation of being a trustworthy guy, a lot of websites, as I said, picked up that news. Now, this article made by Eurogamer says otherwise, that the next Battlefield game is not Bad Company 3. That basically they had an idea of making Bad Company 3, but it's not in production as we speak. So this could mean that the next Battlefield game is not going to be Bad Company 3, it's going to be something else. Now, the main contender actually being that we're going to get a Battlefield game set during World War II. Now, honestly, in my opinion, that would be amazing to have another Battlefield game set during World War II, just because they can make a game spectacular. And if we have the Normandy landing in the next Battlefield game, if we have those kind of maps, if we have that story, it could be amazing. Now, at the same time, a lot of people were disappointed that we're not going to see Bad Company 3, because in my opinion, Battlefield Bad Company 2 is one of the best Battlefield games out there. So Eurogamer actually says that the idea for Bad Company 3 had existed, but it wasn't in development, so we're not going to get Bad Company 3 anytime soon. That is why in my previous video I said I'm going to stay neutral towards this. I'm not going to go and jump on a bandwagon and say, yes, the next Battlefield game is definitely Bad Company 3. We have leaks and someone could be right one time. That can happen. So at the same time, I would love to see Bad Company 3, but if it's not in development, well, it's not in development. Now, on Wednesday, a developer of Battalion 1944, Joe Brammer, actually said on Twitter that he had heard about Bad Company 3 project. So this could mean that DICE did have an idea, that EA had an idea to make another Bad Company game, but that idea was pulled. Now, you have to keep in mind that there's two DICE studios. There is the original DICE studio in Sweden, which actually produces Battlefield games. Meanwhile, there is another DICE studio in LA, which makes content post-launch for Battlefield. So if you have any DLCs, etc, etc, DICE LA creates that content. Now, DICE LA is also a former Medal of Honor studio. These guys actually made Medal of Honor games. So they never led a project, that's the thing. DICE LA never actually led a project for a next Battlefield game. If someone is going to lead on a project when it comes to Battlefield, it's going to be a DICE in Sweden. So the possibility of DICE LA creating a next Bad Company game, those chances are really, really small. Now, in his second video, the AlmightyDaq actually backtracked on his first video. He also removed a lot of information from the title of his previous video where he said that the next game is going to be Bad Company 3. Now, he also says that there are two games. There is the one in the original DICE studio in Sweden, which is set during World War II, and then there is the second game in DICE LA, which produces the Bad Company 3. Now, my opinion on all of this is that yes, a next logical move for EA and DICE is to go into World War II, just because Battlefield 1 was a financial success. I mean, that game in particular is amazing. The multiplayer part of that game is just phenomenal. I loved it. It was so cinematic. Like, when you play the game, you feel so immersed in it. And I would love for EA and DICE to create a next game during World War II, just because it's a spectacular thing to go on Normandy, etc, etc, and just experience that once again. I'm kind of certain that DICE can do a great job at it. I just hope that EA is not going to fuck it up with all those loot boxes and just shitty things that I don't want to see in a video game. Now, a lot of people were disappointed that the next Battlefield game is not Bad Company 3. I'm going to stay neutral toward this because, look, none of us knows where exactly the next Battlefield game is going to be set. We just need to wait and see. I would love to see Bad Company 3, but honestly, I don't expect that game to come out in 2018. The possibility of Battlefield 2018 being set during World War II are much higher than Bad Company 3 in my opinion, so again, we just need to wait and see. But like, look, maybe the next game is not going to be even in World War II, maybe it's going to be somewhere different, we don't know. But I'm sure it's going to be a nice game. Hopefully, as I said, EA is not going to fuck it up like they did with Battlefront 2. So, yeah, I just want to hear your thoughts on this, guys. So, tell me down below in the comment section what do you think about this. What do you expect the next Battlefield game to be, and are you going to be playing it after all the loot boxes and microtransactions that were introduced in the Battlefront 2. So that's it. This is LastKnownMeal signing out. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Tell me down below what you think about all of this. Stay classy, everyone, and bye bye.